After the assault on Osgiliath, Lord Alcaron urges Boromir to pursue the retreating enemy. Boromir agrees and gives the mission to Faramir and his rangers. Grateful for your valiant efforts in Gondor's defence, Faramir invites you to join the hunt. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Line Unbroken, my profession-style playthrough series of the Lord of the Rings living card game. I'm playing the Nightmare version of the Blood of Gondor, the 5th quest in the Against the Shadow cycle. So, I take control of these two objective allies. I'm playing Nightmare mode. Setup. Each player takes one hidden card, so Control H, Control H. Each deck gets a hidden card. We have a Nightmare version of the Black Númenórean here. X threat, where X is the total number of hidden cards in the game. Forced, when Black Númenórean engages you, turn all hidden cards in your player area face up. Forced, at the end of the round, each player must raise his threat by 1 for each hidden card in his play area. The Nightmare card also says that the players cannot win the game unless the Crossroads and Black Númenórean are in the victory display. So at this point, before I resolve the setup on here, well, other than taking control of Faramir and Lord Alcaron and these bits, I should just mention that, as you know if you've read the blog post accompanying this video, I really don't like this quest. As such, my intended strategy for it is to just try and win it as fast as possible, to minimize the amount of time I spend playing it. And also, so if things go wrong, they probably go wrong quickly, and I can just try again quickly, rather than having a long drawn-out loss. So with that in mind, it's possible I might, so the setup here is now to reveal one card from the encounter deck per player. If the reveals are particularly bad, I might consider just scooping the encounter deck. I may well not, but I just thought I'd mention that it is a possibility. So, lying in wait, the first player turns each hidden card in his player area face up. Resolve the one revealed effects of each encounter card turned face up by this effect. If a location is turned face up, add it to the staging area. Okay. When revealed, each player turns each hidden card in his player area face up. Each player then takes hidden cards equal to the number of hidden cards he just turned face up. Okay, so this, I assume, would not count itself. So this player does not have to take a new hidden card, because I didn't turn this card face up in response to this effect. I turned it face up in response to this effect, so it doesn't count for itself. This player, on the other hand, turns this face up, but since this was triggered by this, not this, I don't actually resolve it. I treat it as a normal hidden card, but then I take a new hidden card. Okay, that was a very gentle reveal, to be honest. And second card, Western Road. Okay, so my little preamble about the possibility of scooping my setup proved to be entirely unneeded. But, okay, Control N. Now, okay. So, my strategy really will work best if I can get a hold of a Vassal of the Windlord. So the question now is, do I immediately play the Eagles Are Coming twice to look for that Vassal of the Windlord, or do I first play Deep Knowledge and possibly Campfire Tales to draw more cards? Draw more cards normally, rather than this. I think I'm going to go for the Eagles Are Coming first. So, top 5, okay. It's a great Eagles Are Coming. Shuffle that feint back in, and I will play the second one. Okay, found all of my vassals. That's a great start. Okay. Now, Deep Knowledge is up for debate. Legacy of Numenor is not. So, Doomed 4. Because, like I said, I want to do this as fast as possible, so more resources going to be very significant. And a significant point, Bjorn is immune to player card effects. However, there has been a ruling stating that a hero's resource pool is not the same as that hero. So Bjorn is not immune. Bjorn is immune to player card effects. His resource pool is not. Since Legacy of Numenor specifically targets resource pools and not actually the heroes, this does actually give Bjorn an extra resource as well as my other heroes. So, okay, Gondorian Shield onto Beragont for free. Vassal of the Windlord. It's required, of course. I should get Eagles of the Misty Mountains out, probably. Although Winged Guardian would also be good. I do have Gwaihir up here. Yes. Yes, that's fine. So, four Eagles of the Misty Mountains. And then I will play a second Vassal of the Windlord. Now over here, pay 2 for the Herald of Anorion and trigger Doomed 2 to put this Winged Guardian into play. A lot of threat right at the start. I could now take even more. I'm not sure I want to do that. Card draw is always good, but I've got the kind of most important stuff at this point. I suppose... okay, so obviously there are risks to taking more threat, but I think I'll play at least one Deep Knowledge. Okay. That's something. I'll play the last copy of The Eagles Are Coming. Don't find any eagles. Okay. And now... I think I don't bother with the second Deep Knowledge. It's too risky. Play Campfire Tales. Okay. None of this was dependent on me having already played these, so the draw could have been done while this deck was still planning. So I can do that. And then play these. I just did these first because they were the things I knew I wanted to do, no question. I will also play the Errand Rider. And okay. So, questing. The Black Numenorian is currently 1 threat for 1 hidden card. 2 threat from this. X is equal to the number of players in the game. I forgot to flip over the quest card. You've pursued the enemy all the way to the crossroads when a wicked horn blares in the distance. Within minutes, a host of orcs swarm out of the trees from all sides, led by a foreboding robed figure. At the beginning of the quest phase, each player takes 1 hidden card. At the beginning of the combat phase, each player must either turn each of his hidden cards face up or take 1 hidden card. So, at the beginning of the quest phase, each player takes 1 hidden card. So, there are 3 hidden cards. Black Numenorian is 3 threat. Crossroads is 2. So a total of 7 threat in the staging area at present. Now, in order to kill the Black Numenorian, I need 13 attack. Bjorn is 5. Faramir is 3. Vassals Yeah, okay, so 3, 6, 9, 14. Slight overkill, but that seems a reasonable way to go, which means I could potentially quest with everything else. I'm definitely questing these. Well, I'm probably questing with Beregond just to make lots of progress early on, and of course Bjorn can handle early defenses. Holding back some additional characters in case things go wrong. Maybe do it like this. Mablung is slightly... If Mablung has to defend, he would be a slightly safer prospect than Lord Alcaron, because of the extra hit point, and of course he's kind of better than the Eagles of the Misty Mountains because he can use Behind Strong Walls and Gondorian Discipline, which the Eagle cannot. And Beregond, of course, I want him questing. But yeah, okay, so this should be good for this side. Cancelling the threat of the first enemy. So how much defense would that be that I'm questing with? 2, 8, 10, 14, 16, 19, ignoring the threat of the first enemy. It's probably not enough to immediately blow through the quest stage, but it might not be far off. I could consider sending a bit more. Just let's see. 22. Reveal Edge of Ithilien and an Uruk marksman who does not count his threat. His forced effect applies after he's turned face up as a hidden card, which of course he has not been. So 3 threat added to the staging area. Since he doesn't count. 10 threat in total, I make 12 progress. And advance the quest. Oh yeah, I didn't think this through. Faramir and Lord Alcaron have been captured. Through the throng of warriors, you see their bloody, torn forms rushed eastward by a band of Uruks. You must move quickly to prevent the unthinkable. If there is to be any hope of rescuing your friends, you must first fight your way out of the ambush. When revealed, place Faramir and Lord Alcaron under captured. They are in play, but the players cannot gain control of them. Each player turns each of his hidden cards face up. So I can't use Faramir to kill the Black Númenórean, but fortunately, Mablung plus 2 vassals and Bjorn is still enough. Each player turns each of his hidden cards face up. Okay, that does nothing. That does nothing. And that does nothing. Okay, I've gotten really lucky with the hidden cards. So this may well just be the quick victory that I very much want. I no longer have any hidden card interactions at the beginning of the combat phase. Now, travel. Obviously, I have to explore the crossroads at some point. Oh, I forgot to mention the crossroads, of course. The current quest card gains siege, which is why I was siege questing. I've built around this. I am only built for siege questing. So I don't think I want to travel here, because there is a risk if I travel here that I will not... If I travel here, then next round I will still be siege questing, but if I don't clear the quest stage all in one go, then I will be stuck back on willpower questing with very little willpower between these decks. I might still be able to do it, but it would be much more of a struggle. So I think I want to try and get the progress, at least most of the progress, on the quest card before I travel to the crossroads, just to be safe. Edge of the Thillion has no travel cost. It will stack up archery if I leave it, so best to get rid of it. Travel there. Currently, of course, archery X. X is the highest number of hidden cards in any player's play area. I don't have any hidden cards because I just advanced to stage 2 and turned them all face up. But, okay. I do have to engage the Uruk Marksman. That's not too big a problem. Obviously I'm engaging the Black Numenorian. With this deck, Mablon gains a resource. Let's see, Goblin Cleaver has to be an enemy engaged with you. That will be the most efficient way of getting rid of the Marksman. So, okay, I engage the Marksman here as well. Of course, Mablon is limit once per phase, so I only get the one resource. Alright. Goblin Cleaver. 3 damage, since it's an orc. Oh, archery 3, of course. 1, 2, 3. Beyond defense this. Attacking enemy gets +1, so 3 attack against 1, 2 damage. Beyond defense, the Black Numenorian. +1, so 6, 5 damage. Now I attack for 5, 7, 8, 11. No. 5, 7, 10, 13. For some reason, when I started adding the vassals, I subtracted Mablon. Yes. 13 is exactly enough to kill the Black Numenorian. He goes to the victory display, and I will not... Well, I don't have any hidden cards right now, but even if I did, I would not have to raise my threat for them. So this has been kind of excessively perfect. Oh, these eagles both go under the Eagles with the Misty Mountains after the attack. Okay, Sneak Attack Elrond could be useful, I suppose. On the other hand, for Gondor, also a thing. For lots of quest power. But maybe I save that for next round. Play another Vassal of the Windlord. I don't want to quest with Baragond this round because I want him to spear this marksman to death. I guess that's all I'm playing. And over here, I'm going to Sneak Attack Elrond. Have each deck draw a card. Okay. Threat in the staging area is 4. Quest for 2, 5, 8, ignoring the first enemy. 12, 16, 18. And we reveal Mordor Looms. Surge, when revealed, each player takes 1 hidden card. Oh! We were supposed to take hidden cards at the beginning of the quest phase. Okay, I will, since I have revealed this, I will just imagine the deck was shuffled slightly differently, so we end up like this. And it surges. Orc Ambusher does not count its threat. Mordor looms again. More hidden cards. And Surge. Mountains of Shadow. Okay, so 4 threat added. I make 10 progress. Elrond returns to my hand. Imrahil readies. Okay. Still not sure if I will have enough questing power, though I might. So, obviously next round I can play this Gondorian Shield onto Mablung or Denethor or Imrahil. Regardless, it's an extra 2 points of questing. So, hypothetically, if I travel to the crossroads, I'm just going to do this now so I can work this out. I will be engaged with the Orc Ambusher. So there'd be 6 threat in the staging area. I could quest for 6, 8, 10, 14, 15, 19, 21, 24, 27, 28. Plus for Gondor, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 34 against 6. For some reason you can't on-target things that are in your hand. 34 against 6. Needing to make 13 progress. That probably works. So I'm inclined to just go for it. Okay. I engage the Orc Ambusher here. After Orc Ambusher engages you, discard 1 non-objective ally you control if able. So that'll get me an extra point of defense on the quest next round. I'm going to exhaust the Iron Rider to move a resource to Denethor. I have Archery 3 to assign. So let's just put it on the Eagles of the Misty Mountains. And I will use Behind Strong Walls, so Beregond can defend this Uruk Marksman, killing it, and then also defend the Orc Ambusher. Bjorn kills the Orc Ambusher, and that is it for the round. Control N. Okay, support of the Eagles. Another copy of For Gondor. Now I wish I hadn't done that Errand Rider thing, because I can't play both copies. Not that I really need to. So Gondorian Shield on Mablung. Support of the Eagles on Beregond. Play Elrond. And I guess each player draws a card. Play We Are Not Idle, draw another card. Okay. So, at the beginning of the quest phase, each player takes a hidden card. Still fine. Don't have to turn them face up until I have 5. So now I'm also going to play for Gondor. Till the end of the phase, all characters get +1 attack. All Gondor characters also get +1 defense until the end of the phase. So, we now quest siege questing still for 6, 7, 12, 16, 17, 22, 26, 29, 32, 35, 36, 39, 41, discounting the first enemy, 42. 42 defense sent on the quest against 6 threat in the staging area. The Orc Arsonist does not count its threat. Surrounded by Shadow, doomed 2. Each player must either take 1 hidden card for each questing hero he controls, or remove 1 hero he controls from the quest for each hidden card in his play area. Okay, well, doomed 2. Now let me just work this out. I need to make 13 progress. So I need to have 19 defense on the quest. So 5, 9, 11, 12, 15. Not enough. I need to keep my heroes on the quest. Though not necessarily all of them. So I could, I think, have one deck, say this deck, remove its heroes from the quest. Oh no, one deck take the hidden cards and one deck remove its heroes from the quest. So, let's see, 3, 6, 10. This deck removes its heroes from the quest. I'm still questing for 32 against 6. This deck will take hidden cards for each hero committed to the quest, which is 2. And because I now have more than 5 hidden cards, I have to turn them face up. I assume that I immediately take the 2 and then turn all 6 face up, rather than taking 1, turning the 5 face up and then taking the second one. Though I'm not 100% on that. Orc Rabble. Mablon gains a resource. Orc Trickster. After Orc Trickster is turned face up as a hidden card, it makes an immediate attack against the engaged player. Alright. I take it undefended. I use Gondorian Discipline and take only 1 damage instead of 3. Brutal Uruk, Southern Road, and Brutal Uruk. Okay. But now I'm questing for 32 against 6. I make 26 progress. Crossroads goes to the victory display, so both the Crossroads and the Black Numenorian are in the victory display. I have enough quest progress. So of course, this quest stage is battle, but Crossroads specifies that the card gains siege and loses battle, so I was still siege questing. I have now won the quest and don't have to deal with these enemies that I just engaged. And that is pretty much the perfect implementation of what I intended these decks to do. I really didn't think it would work out quite that well. There's obviously a certain amount of luck involved. I mean, you can see that there's the potential for this quest to just leave me with an excessive number of enemies, which this would have been a big problem. Of course, if I hadn't been sure I was going to quest to victory, I wouldn't have sent everyone on the quest. I would have held some characters back to defend other than Bjorn. Either actual good defenders or chumps, like these guys. But regardless, this is the sort of problem that comes up, suddenly that came up during testing, that I end up engaged with a lot of enemies. I can only kill so many of them while maintaining my focus on just questing to victory. So if things go wrong, the enemies may just kill me. But if things go right, I quest to victory and don't care about them. So, let's see. Mountains of Shadow. Well, Mountains of Shadow is the active location. It gains force after you turn one or more hidden cards face up. Take one hidden card. Could obviously have been a problem. The fact that I cleared stage 1 instantly really makes a difference, actually, because it reduces the amount of hidden cards you get. Because on stage 1 you take them at the beginning of the combat phase as well as the beginning of the quest phase. So it's much more likely that you have problems when you advance here. The Orc Trickster, immediate attack when it's turned face up, and when it would be damaged, a random player takes it face down as a hidden card instead. That obviously can be a problem. Of course, if you don't have a lot of hidden cards, then maybe you're okay with that. You attack the Trickster and make it a hidden card so it doesn't keep attacking you, and hopefully you have some time before it gets flipped up again. Anything interesting over here? The Edge of Ithilien, obviously that archery X can be very punishing, but in this case wasn't. The Uruk Marksman, much worse if they're turned face up as hidden cards, because then you take the 3 damage and put them back into the staging area. Probably engage them again, but then you also have to take the archery 3 on top of the direct damage you just took. I think there's one card in here that really screws over this strategy. I mean, that one can be a problem, depending on how the hidden cards are, which is it's kind of one of my big complaints about this quest, is how random it is, because maybe all your hidden cards are enemies, and it's far too many for you to deal with. Maybe none of them are enemies, so you don't care at all. It's just much too random for my liking. Actually, surrounded by shadow can be a big problem, because it gives you a bunch more hidden cards or guts your questing. I suppose maybe the Edge of Ithilien, if you really let the hidden cards stack up, which can be easy to do, that can be a problem. Lying in wait if you reveal it at the wrong time, because it actually reveals everything, rather than, as normal, just taking the enemies and discarding everything else. This one can be a problem because, as I mentioned, I think it was this one I was thinking of that really can screw over this strategy, because until the end of the phase, orc enemies engaged with players add their threat to the staging area. If no orc enemies are engaged with players, it gains surge. So situations like this, if this had happened earlier, and then I had revealed that card, which I've forgotten the name of, conflict at the crossroads, then that would have added 11 threat to the staging area, which I suppose in this particular instance would still have allowed me to win. But you can easily see how under less favourable circumstances it would have been a significant problem. Regardless, that went very well. I'm very glad it went very well. As I might consider doing an additional video, either trying this again with less favourable draws, or doing this with slightly different decks that weren't so specifically built to sprint through it, just as a demonstration of how difficult it can be normally, because this was not a particularly representative playthrough, I don't think. But for the official Line Unbroken, this is it, and I'm very glad that it went so well. If you enjoyed this, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.